Werner Enterprises Smart Driving Plan. This course is dedicated to everyone that has ever been involved in a vehicle accident in hopes that we can prevent accidents from happening in the future. Before we begin, stop for a moment and think. Have you or someone you know ever been involved in a vehicle accident? It's startling when you stop and think how many people have been impacted by tragedies on our nation's highways. Deep down, you think it won't ever happen to you, but everyone knows someone that was in an accident. Shouldn't you be thinking, when will it happen to me? Accidents don't discriminate, and you have just as much, if not more, of a chance of being in an accident because you are exposed to more traffic than the average person. No one ever plans on being in an accident. The best anyone can do is try and avoid an accident by driving safely. That's why you're here today. Accidents can happen in a matter of seconds, and without proper preparation, they can have deadly results. By building on the skills you already have and providing you with more defensive driving techniques, our hope is to keep you and the motoring public safe. Werner Enterprises Smart Driving Plan will help you make better decisions while operating the vehicle and reinforce the proper responses to scenarios such as limited visibility, dangerous road conditions, weather, traffic, and other situations you'll encounter on an almost daily basis. In addition, smart driving saves fuel, makes for fewer brake applications, and reduces your stress. Every time you have to brake and then accelerate, you unnecessarily waste fuel. Drive smart so that you can see and anticipate traffic issues ahead of you while you drive in a steady, calm, and safe manner. Even the safest drivers will need to be refreshed with defensive driving tips from time to time, so please pay close attention to this information in the following scenarios. And use the SMART program to help prevent accidents and protect yourself, your family, and the motoring public. Watch out for others. You could be saving a life. The steps of the SMART driving plan are: 1. Scan constantly. 2. Maintain spacing for an escape route. 3. Awareness of conditions. 4. Be ready to react. 5. Thoroughly search for signs and signals. Scan constantly. The first step, scan constantly, requires constant attention to your surroundings. To do this, you must have properly adjusted mirrors. This is what a properly adjusted mirror looks like. Scan all of your mirrors every 2 to 3 seconds. In between scanning your mirrors, make it a priority to look ahead for at least 15 seconds. In this scenario, you can use the shadow of the bridge as a gauge. When the car enters into the shadow, begin counting, then stop when your truck reaches that shadow. Looking at your mirrors and objects ahead is very important, but you must scan all areas of view and avoid staring at one object for more than 2 seconds. Watch as this driver focuses on one object. Can you see what he's missed in his mirrors? Any distraction may cause you to miss critical things that are happening around your vehicle. After any distraction, you must closely reassess what you missed in the past few seconds. In all events, always see, analyze, decide, and then act. Remember those words: see, analyze, decide, and react, and watch this next situation. Watch as a car comes up on the tractor in left lane at high rate of speed. If you'd been paying attention to your mirrors, you would have noticed a car approaching from behind. By using that driver's existing behavior, approaching at a high rate of speed, you can make predictions about what the driver is going to do. Then you're prepared for that sudden lane change in front of your vehicle. Maintain spacing for an escape route. The most important thing to remember about maintaining spacing for an escape route is that you control your space. As vehicles change lanes and get too close to your tractor, slow down, increase your following distance. If you're having trouble maintaining a safe following distance because of heavy traffic, try reducing your speed by 3 to 5 miles per hour and watch the space open up in front of your truck. It's inevitable that vehicles will get too close to your tractor, so be prepared with an escape plan. As a driver, it's very important to be aware of other people's actions. You need to drive safe at all times, so plan to compensate for the actions of others by maintaining spacing between your tractor and other vehicles. Remember, you control the space around your vehicle. When you run with the pack, you're allowing other people to control the space around your vehicle. Don't run with the pack. Slow down, increase your following distance, and maintain a space cushion all around your vehicle. Always try to maintain the ATA recommended following distance of 1 second for every 10 feet of truck length. In our case, 7 seconds, plus an additional 1 second for speeds above 45 miles per hour. So during periods of highway driving, you should strive to maintain 8 seconds of following distance. Many drivers display unsafe habits, and the most obvious is running with another truck and following too close. Don't be a follower. Lead the way by setting an example as a safe driver so others can follow your example. The last part for maintaining spacing for your escape route is to always protect the space cushion around your vehicle. Your vehicle only has one true blind spot, and that's directly behind the trailer doors. The rest of the areas around your tractor can be monitored through the proper adjustment of your mirrors. It's up to you to monitor the space around your tractor and maintain a vigilant lookout. Nothing can help you better than monitoring the space around your tractor than properly adjusted mirrors. Awareness of conditions. Always be aware of the conditions. When applicable and legal, be in the lane of least resistance. This lane will allow you to drive without dealing with merging traffic or impeding faster traffic in the far left lane or lanes. Usually the lane of least resistance is the second lane from the right. Watch as this driver stays in the right lane, or the slower lane, while driving. Notice how this driver has to move into the center lane as traffic merges onto the interstate from the right. As you stay in the lane of least resistance, make sure you practice good lane control. Turn your headlights on so others can see you. Make sure you're traveling at or below the posted speed limit and you have the adequate following distance. During periods of inclement weather, reduce your speed accordingly and increase your normal following distance. Preparation is very important, as it will save you and the company time and money. Always make sure you perform a proper pre-trip inspection and plan your trip before you begin driving. Trip planning will help you to know your lane changes well ahead of time, so you don't have to make any last-second decisions. Last-second lane changes are very dangerous. Be ready to react. Sometimes you'll encounter a driving situation that seems to be out of your control. In this segment, we will discuss the proper methods for identifying these situations and show you how to control them and react in a safe and defensive manner. One of the components of being ready to react is to maintain a safe speed. This is especially important when driving through construction sites and exiting onto off-ramps. And a safe speed means traveling at or below the posted speed limit. Remember, when exiting onto off-ramps, to take 10 off the posted speed limit. If speed limit is 25 miles per hour, you should be going 15 miles per hour. As you travel, maintain a pace with your vehicle that will allow you to avoid unnecessary stops. Pacing the vehicle properly will help you avoid constantly speeding up and slowing down during times of heavy traffic. Again, this saves fuel, brakes, and tension. In conjunction with properly pacing your vehicle and selecting a safe speed, you must also attempt to keep at least an 8-second following distance between you and the vehicle in front of you when you're traveling over 45 miles per hour. Please be aware of curves, hills, large vehicles, and heavy traffic that can restrict your ability to maintain 8 seconds of following distance. These obstructions can also restrict your ability to scan 15 seconds ahead of your tractor. This scene shows 8 seconds ahead while the tractor is traveling at 50 to 55 miles per hour. When you encounter a situation such as this, you should immediately reduce your speed to a safe range to get the necessary following distance. By increasing your following distance, you have increased your ability to react. Now watch the traffic ahead to anticipate those motorists who may be making a sudden stop. Again, we see the pack running 2 to 3 second following distance, rather than at an 8 second following distance. If the traffic ahead of the first tractor would stop suddenly, would tractors 2 and 3 be able to react safely? If you look away or are distracted for even a second or two, you would most likely be involved in a rear-end accident. Remember, large vehicles require more distance to stop. To prepare yourself to properly react to any driving situation you encounter, you must be aware of what's going on around your vehicle at all times. Use your head to scan 180 degrees from left to right, and use your mirrors to scan a full 360 degrees around your tractor trailer. By keeping your head moving and keeping your scan going constantly, you will always know what's happening in front of and alongside your tractor trailer. Thoroughly search for signs and signals. To be a good defensive driver, you must know the tools for communication: headlights, city horn, air horn, turn signals, backup lights, brake lights, four-ways or hazard flashers, emergency vehicle sirens, eye contact with other drivers. Headlights. Always make sure your headlights are on at dawn, dusk, nighttime, or during any time you have limited visibility due to rain, ice, snow, fog, etc. Remember, if your wipers are on, your headlights should be on, and in many states, it's the law. City horn, air horn. A tractor trailer has two horns, an air horn and a city horn. Select the proper one if you need to communicate with other motorists. Turn signals. Always use your turn signals to indicate your intentions, thereby letting others know your intentions. By doing this, motorists around you will not be surprised by any move that you make. Backup lights. Watch for other people's intentions by checking for their white backup lights. Remember that most drivers have a very limited field of vision when they are backing, so they may not see you. Brake lights. Watch for brake lights on vehicles ahead of you, not just directly in front of you, but several vehicles ahead. That will give you extra time to react and slow and stop if necessary. Again, this should be part of looking at least 15 seconds down the road. Four-ways or hazard flashers. Use your four-ways anytime there is an emergency, such as a breakdown. Be aware of other vehicles' four-ways or hazard flashers. Use your four-ways at all times when backing. Sirens. Remember, a siren announces an approaching emergency vehicle. It's your responsibility to give way and yield to an emergency vehicle. If you see an emergency vehicle on the shoulder of the road, slow down, move over, and give them room. It is the law in many states to move over one lane for an emergency vehicle that is parked on the shoulder. Making eye contact with other drivers. This is the last warning sign. Pay attention to other drivers when you are at a stop sign or when others are attempting to enter the road. Make sure the motorists see you before you proceed, even if you have the right-of-way. Please remember when the light changes to green to check for traffic in both directions before proceeding through the intersection. Now you've seen what it takes to improve your defensive driving skills. Remember to apply Werner Enterprises' Smart Driving Plan every time you get behind the wheel. Making better decisions on the road will help prevent accidents and keep everyone safe. Remember that defensive driving not only saves lives and prevents accidents, it also takes out much of the tension of driving and saves fuel. Please remember, be smart in all of your driving and watch out for others. You could be saving a life. I am Werner. You are Werner. And together, we are Werner. Thank you.